that's located here in Hullabaloo Hall. What we do is we oversee the facilities and construction renovation for all of our residence halls across the campus. Lewis and Melissa are often out on campus in our halls checking on things. They're the ones that follow up on the work orders when there's a problem, or when we're made aware of a problem by sometimes you, sometimes the hall director, staff, whatever that may be. But our job is to make sure that all of our residents and you are comfortable and are safe in our halls. Which, when you think about how big Texas A&M University is, that's a pretty big task. But we love what we do. We have a heart for what we do, and we care about each individual at this university. And we look at it as if the residents in our halls, and we're all parents, are one of ours, and that helps us to understand and do a better job at what we do. I'm not going to spend as much time as I normally do on this presentation, but I'll go through it. I think we only have maybe less than 30 minutes. I'm not sure what happens at 1, but we'll go through it. And if you have questions at the end, just raise your hand and I'll try to answer them. If I don't know the answer, we'll get the answer. Let's hope this works. All right. All right. Here we are. Sarah Buchanan works in our office. She is the one who does the daily routine in our office. She's our senior staff office associate. We also have around 4 student workers that go out and assist with things like when sometimes things happen with bed lowering, they get jammed or whatever. They're out on campus helping us with our day-to-day operations. Custodial hall assignments. We have of course, Commons itself is down, but we have Aston Dunn, Mosher Kruger. We have South Custodial, Northwest Custodial, Northeast Custodial, Gardens Custodial, Core Custodial, White Creek Custodial. If you see the particular area that you're in, these are the people that take care of your areas. For those of you that haven't had an opportunity, get to know the custodial staff that take care of your floor or your building. We have found that getting to know these individuals and having a working relationship with them is very important. They care, they take it seriously, they love having working relationships with the people, getting to know them. At the same point in time, if there are problems on your floor in your building with custodial, we need to know about it. Custodial is not operated by Residence Life anymore. I believe it was in 2012 the university made the decision to outsource custodial, landscape, grounds, and maintenance. On our maintenance side, Kevin Wilkerson is the person in charge of the south area, and Mark Ingram is in charge of the north area. Again, these two individuals we deal with pretty much on a daily basis. Again, if something's not right in your hall, if maintenance isn't taking care of something that need to be taken care of in a timely manner, we need to know about it. That may mean that the students are coming to you and telling you, and then you go to your next report and report to them, or however that happens, is fine. But we want to know about it. We want to hold them accountable to do the job they're supposed to be doing, which benefits you and our residents. I don't know if any of you've had a chance to go online to the work order system, but it's easily accessible by the Residence Life Department site. If you go to our site, click on Living on Campus, and the next page you'll have where you click on Maintenance and Pest Control. Is this still the same screen, Lucy? I know they're going to do some updates. Is that still it? Okay. Submit a work request. All you do is click on Aggie Works Request. And you have to click on this button. Another several steps. This isn't us, this is Aggie Works. All right, here's where you'll enter your net ID, your password. Once you do this, the system should recognize your room number and your hall automatically, and will put that information in after you click Begin Request. It should populate them. The one thing I want to stress to y'all, sometimes residents will come to you and they'll want you to do a work request, or they don't know how to do it. Get them to do the work request. And the reason I say that is because if you do it, it populates with your room, and then you have to go to the explanation and explain to go to another room, and that causes confusion. If you get them to do it and show them how to do it, this way we can track it if there's a problem, and that student can also go back, that resident can also go back to their work request and track it and see where it is in the scheme of things, whether it's in progress, whether it's completed, whatever that may be. Here's the next screen that will come up after you fill in the information. Make sure it's all written in like it needs to be written in, and then click submit. You can click it, you can print a confirmation page, so you have that for your records. This is the track where I was talking about. Whoever enters that work request is the one that's capable of going back and tracking their work request to see, like I said, if it's closed out, if it's finished, if it's in progress, parts are on order, or whatever. All right, here's our contact information. You don't have to necessarily write it down right now, but you can get this, put it in your phone, get it from your hall director, hall staff, whatever. But facilities and operations, that's our phone number, and that's our email address. Examples of when to contact us, pretty clear. When a work request is not accomplished in a timely manner, or there's a problem, we need to know about it. That could be a work request for maintenance, that could be a work request for custodial, that could be a work request for something in your building, a work request for a filter on your water bottle filling station on your floor that's showing the red light where the filter needs to be changed. If there's emergency issues, if there's immediate need, or if you have a question, we're there to help you. Don't hesitate to call us. All right, when to submit a work request for Aggie Works as far as furniture repairs. Maintenance is required to repair our furniture. The furniture replacement, including lounge furniture, bulletin boards, missing furniture, furniture moving, or bed height adjustment issues, send an email to facilities and operations. We take care of that. Maintenance does the furniture repairs, we do everything else. Please keep that in mind if you send in a work request, or call us. Mattress replacement or missing mattresses, again, that's our responsibility. That's not SSC maintenance. Send us an email or call us and let us know if there's a problem. After hours. There are times after hours when there will be emergency situations. I'll stand back here so I'm on the screen with you. A resident may come to you and say, hey, I've got an emergency, my room's flooding, or I've got a leak, or something of that nature. Or it could be a comfort issue. Maybe their room is 90 degrees or it's 30 degrees. I'm kind of going out on the left and right here, but things happen. Let somebody verify your GHD, your CD, and then call the communications center if it's an emergency. You do not need to do a work request for a flood or something that is an immediate need. That's very important. You don't have time to do a work request if your building's flooding or something is important, like the student's locked in their room, they can't get out of their door. Those kind of calls go to the communications center. There's the phone number again. You can ask your hall director or someone else and they'll have this information. Submitting work orders. Lighting, lights out, housekeeping needs, air conditioning, heating is not working, mold issues, water leaks, running water. All of those things are done by work request so we can track it. If you submit that work request from your UIN, your room number in your building is going to populate. So that's why I say if you can't help the student, the resident, do their own work request. These phone numbers I'll have if you need them, but we have these on record as far as who to call if there's an issue. Let me go back to one more thing on work requests, just in case it's not in this slide. When you do a work request, don't put multiple issues on the same work request. And the reason is, SSC maintenance has different technicians to respond to different needs. If there's an electrical problem in your room, send in a work request for that. If there's a plumbing problem in your room, send in a work request for that. That way they send the right technician. That technician is responsible for that work order, and then that technician closes out their work order. But if you have plumbing, electrical, or a bunch of things on one work request, it causes confusion, and sometimes things fall through the hole and don't get done, because one technician may respond and close that work order out, and it doesn't get to the next technician that needs to follow up and take care of that. Okay, this is what we did this past summer. $10 million, almost $11 million worth of renovations this past year in the halls. I'll let you look at these. I don't know which halls you're assigned to, but I'll kind of go slow and let you look at them and see what we're doing. This next summer, we're spending $37 million, a big jump. The summer after that, we're close to $30 million. So we've gone from basically $3 million to $4 million to $10 million, and now we're in the 30 and close to $40 million to make our halls the way they need to be. That is replacing the air conditioning systems, that's doing all the finishes, the lighting, everything you can imagine. Again, if any of these are your halls, this is what was done this past summer. I haven't compiled and released a list for what we're doing this coming summer 2016 yet, but I'll share that once I do so. One thing we are doing that I'll share with everyone, along with the finishes and HVAC, is we're going through all of our halls. We're having an engineer design a system. We're already installing them in our halls for hot water recirculation, water heater pump. As you know, sometimes when you leave the hall and you come back and there's only a few people, you get nothing but cold water. So we're addressing that. I wish we could do them all at once, but the important thing is we're doing them, and we're doing it as quickly as we can. This way, when there's no one in these halls, the hot water recirculation system will continue to recirculate hot water, so when you come back, or there's a few occupants in that building, hot water should be there within the faucet of the shower pretty quick. All right, let me move on. Room painting guidelines. We haven't really had a lot of requests for painting rooms. Have some of y'all had seen requests for painting rooms? No? This year hasn't, and that may be because we're getting around to all of our halls and getting the finishes up where they need to be, so students aren't requesting so much anymore to paint their rooms. Okay, mold. Sometimes we have mold. I will tell you that of all the mold instances that we have been aware of, and we have environmental health and safety go out if it's more than 25 square feet, we've never had the bad black mold. Where it has just been all over the place, and you've heard of the bad black mold. We've never had that. It's always been the other mold spores that we've had. But if you're made aware of presence of mold in a room, verify it. The student comes to you. Now, sometimes they'll submit a work order on their own. That's fine. You may not even know about it. But if you're made aware of it, you need to assist the resident with submitting a work request, and then go ahead and notify your direct report of what's been reported. Sometimes it's just a little mold in the shower or a mold in the ceiling, and it's less than 25 square feet. If it's more than 25 square feet, we have to get environmental health and safety involved. Well, let me back up. Sometimes we get them involved anyway because we want to make sure that the air quality or the surface quality in the room is the way it should be. Excuse me. Anyway, on this mold, the GHD-CD will email us and let us know about it when they're made aware of it. Excuse me. The facilities coordinator will communicate with SSC custodial. Again, they'll go clean it up if it's less than 25 square feet. If it's more, then we've got to get environmental health and safety involved. All right, bats. To my knowledge, have we had any bat calls this year? Okay. Several years ago, we spent about $400,000 to have a company go around and seal all of our buildings. That was before the university started demoing Tile Field, because we knew there course, I've heard different things, 1 million bats, several million bats lived in Kyle Field, and we didn't want those bats finding a new home in our residence halls, so we went, had a contractor go to every one of our halls and seal them up. I'm glad to hear that we haven't, that proves that we did make the right choice of having somebody go check all of our halls and fix them. But if a bat does get in your building, don't panic, don't touch the bat. We've had students, or a student I'm aware of, that tried to feed a bat one time. Don't do that. Call the SSC Communications Center immediately and report it. Don't try to trap the bat, don't try to do anything, all right? Just report it, and somebody should respond as soon as possible. Make sure that you notify your direct report that a bat was found, and also make sure that we follow up with students if any of them, if it was found in their room or any of them were near that bat, because if there was a chance that they became exposed to that bat, then we're going to recommend that they go and get the rabies shots. This probably won't run, there's not enough memory. Bed bugs, how many reports have we had this year, Lewis, that you know of?
Total reports?
Yeah, reports.
About 10.
About 10 reports, and how many of those have been positive? 1? Okay. We do often, at the beginning of the year, we do often get reports of bed bugs. We immediately have SFC maintenance go out, and they send their technicians out to check the bedrooms or whatever needs to be checked. They do a visual inspection, and they also have a small unit that they place in the room, which is an attractant to the bed bugs. Is there a name for this unit?
Just a brand name, I think.
Okay, don't worry about it. They put a little unit in the room to attract bed bugs to make sure that bed bugs are not present. Interesting thing about bed bugs, they can live up to 18 months without a food source. So that means if somebody has them, they don't report them, they leave for the summer, and new students come back the next year, it may be they have bed bugs. Again, we don't have that many cases per year. Some few years we've had none, few years we've had 1 or 2, and that's it. The important thing is that it gets reported and that we take care of it. Okay, there we go. What to do if you're notified of resident bed bugs? Make sure a work request has been submitted. Notify your hall director or person you report to. All staff needs to contact facilities and operations, so we're aware of it. We can follow up with SSC. They will go and make the inspections, and then the RA, after a situation has occurred where a bed bug treatment has been accomplished, or after they've gone to a room and they said there were no bed bugs, one of the things the directors like to see is that the RA follow up with the resident in about a week, just to make sure that there's no other problems. If they discover a room with bed bugs, communicate with the students, the residents, as soon as possible. We will schedule SSC Pest Control to come and treat that room. We will work with your hall director, your direct report. They will bring in equipment to treat that room. This equipment's pretty massive. There's heating units that go in the room, fans. They heat. It's not chemical. They heat the room to around 120 degrees for a period of time, and then that kills all the bed bugs hiding within drawers, walls, beds, everywhere. It's a pretty intense operation. That is actually the type of equipment that's located in the treatment trailer. Fans, those big heaters, those are the things that get put in a room that take care of the bed bugs. Again, no chemical treatment. You're smiling. Have you seen that before? Have you seen the bed bug treatment?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, it's like other places.
Okay, all right. And the thing is, and I'll just tell you, sometimes people associate bed bugs with dirty, filthy living. That's not the case. I mean, if there are more and more and more hotels now that are having issues with bed bugs because years ago, as you well know, they quit the use of DDT. Well, DDT was a good thing for some things, but not for our health. But because of that, now these bed bugs are starting to be spread. So what I'm saying is, if you go stay in a hotel, pull back your sheets and check. This is what they look like. This will give you a good idea. The top left picture, you can see how big a bed bug is on the seam of a bed. Some people will get bitten and they'll get a rash. Some people get no rash at all. Everybody's different. There are some countries, yes sir.
I know some students bring their own mattresses, do they have to be checked before they can do it?
I'm actually not aware of them bringing their own mattresses, but,
Sorry.
okay. No, I mean, honestly, no, until we are notified there's a problem, then we'll address it. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, bringing their own mattresses, as long as they're not hauling ours off. Again, some people have no reactions and some people do. Everybody's individual. There are countries where bed bugs are like mosquitoes and they, you know how much of a pain mosquitoes are to us? Well, that's how they view bed bugs, but we don't want them here. Every summer we have a company come down and do a search of our halls, every room. And I'll go ahead and play this. This is actually what they do, what they scope out. And this bed bug is, this dog, not bed bug. This dog is trained to search out bed bugs. Trainers come here every year with about 3 to 4 dogs, and they go through every room in all of our halls that are available during the summertime. And I will tell you, the dogs that they use and train are rescue dogs. There's no specific breed. They'll go to the shelter, they'll find a dog and train it. And that's what they do. They scratch and bark. So we really try to take a stand on bed bugs by being proactive. Which is one of the reasons why we hire a company to come every summer, bring their trained dogs, and go through our halls. Again, we're here to help you. Don't hesitate to call us or email us. Let us know if you have a problem, issue, question. That's what we do. I sincerely mean that. There is no dumb question. We'll do whatever we can to help you if there's an issue in your hall, issue in your room, or residents are having a problem or whatever. And thank y'all very much and hope you have a good spring semester.